Hi all. In this video, I would like to discuss postmodernism. What is postmodernism? With reference to by using certain definitions, available definitions of the term postmodernism. One of the most discussed, most available definition is J. Caddens. In his Dictionary of Literary Terms and Literary Theory, he describes postmodernism as characterized by an eclectic approach, by a liking for aleatory writing and for parody and pastiche. So this is one example of a definition of the term postmodernism. So let's see what each category means. Postmodernism is characterized by an eclectic approach, by a liking for aleatory writing and for parody and pastiche. So eclectic, the word eclectic gives us in mind the use of fragmented forms, and aleatory forms those which incorporate an element of randomness or chance, and parody and pastiche especially in music and all that, in its meaning is composition consisting of a series of songs or other musical pieces from various sources. Okay, so how we will be able to understand postmodernism as different from modernism? So when we define postmodernism in these ways, there is a problem. The problem is that we can use the same words in order to describe modernism as well, because postmodernism is characterized by an eclectic approach. Here eclectic means the use of fragmented forms, but if you look at the modernist works such as the Wasteland, they were also using such fragmented forms. For example, the Wasteland is a collage juxtaposed incomplete or fragment of stories. So this was the same kind of a feature we can find in modernism as well. So when it comes to aleatory forms, which means those which incorporate an element of randomness or chance, this is another feature of postmodernist writing. But even Dadais, which we mentioned while discussing modernism, they were also using Dadaist poems and all that. Dadaist paintings are there, and also Dadaist poems. They made poems from sentences plucked from randomly from newspapers. So this is one problem. And if you look at the other parody and pastiche, they were that was also related to the abandonment of the divine pretensions of authorship. An author is not a divine figure, but he is in a way intertextuality and all that. He is in a way, every word is related to the previous element. Such kinds of ideas, if you look at the Wasteland again as an example, you will be able to see the same kind of thing. The Wasteland is every line is an allusion to a previous work. So one way of understanding postmodernism is saying that uh, by retrospectively redefine certain aspects of modernism as postmodernism. So they are not two successive stages in the history of the arts, but two opposed moods or attitudes, differing and suggested here. Okay, so this is one problem. When we define postmodernism using this definition, we'll be able to see that the definition is not giving us an idea how postmodernism is different from modernism. But let's see some other descriptions on the mood and attitude of postmodernism in this distinctions between modernism and postmodernism based on Jeremy Hawthorne's concise glossary of contemporary literary theory. How he discusses or creates the distinctions between both the terms. So one he says is that whereas modernist laments fragmentation, while the postmodernist celebrates it. So both modernism and postmodernism uses fragmentation. This nostalgia for they register a deep nostalgia for an earlier age when faith was full and authority intact. That was modernist idea. So when they say that they have the problem with the present world, where there is no value, there is nothing, there is no truth, there is nothing. So they have complete dissatisfaction with the present world. Especially, we need to remember that they were living in the especially after the towards the First World War and all. They have this problem with the present world. They were lamenting that everything is wrong with the present world, the wastelands, an arid land. So when they say that, they have this feeling that there was a glorious period before, when authority was intact or when faith was full. Such kinds of lamentation is one aspect of modernism. But whereas the postmodernist also says that there is fragmentation in the present world, but when they say that, their intention is to celebrate it, because they were saying, they would say that there was authority or there were value system in the present world, but they were controlling us in every way. The earlier age, religion or faith or morality or whatever, those systems were controlling the human beings in realizing them in the fullest sense. So they would say that for the postmodernists, by contrast, fragmentation is an accelerating, liberating phenomenon, symptomatic of our escape from the claustrophobic embrace of fixed systems of belief. In other words, in the past, there was this fixed systems of belief which were controlling the life of the human being, and the present world is characteristic of an escape from such a fixed systems of belief, such fixed systems of belief which are like a claustrophobic, which gives us a kind of suffocating kind of a feeling to us. So postmodernism, they say that the present world is an escape from such a fixed systems of belief. This is one area where modernism and postmodernism differ, because both the movements make use of the fragmentation, but when modernist uses it, they were lamenting that, it is a complaining that uh, there was something in the earlier age, but in the present age everything is gone. But whereas the postmodernists, when they say it, they say that the earlier age was there, but they were completely controlling the human beings. For example, if you look at an example of Gandhiji, I would say, when Gandhiji was trying to go to London, the belief in that period, especially in religion, Hindu religion, is that crossing the ocean was a sin. So the conservative philosopher, religious dogmatists that time excommunicated Gandhiji, because going or crossing the river was considered a sin. So in the past, there was a system, or there was a belief system, or there was a moral system, or a political system like monarchy. They were controlling the human beings in every way. But in the present world, there were or there are uh, some kind of a fragmentation. When we say fragmentation, it's an accelerating phenomenon. It is characterized by our escape from such a fixed systems of beliefs. This is one area where postmodernism and modernism differs. Secondly, the second difference is again the tone and attitude of both the movements. For the modernism, they were fierce ascetics. Okay, asceticism has one of its most characteristic and striking manifestations in modernism, whereas postmodernism believes in excess, in gaudiness, and in bad taste mixture of qualities. I'll show you some architectural features in order to prove this point. So, for some of the modernists like Adolf Loos, he come out with the argument that decoration is a crime. If you look at the architecture patterns at modernist architecture, they were not fully believing in such a decorations. Less is more. Miasma and Rohes. You see the architectural patterns. A house is a machine for living in. That was one view. So in modernism, they were ascetic in the sense that ascetic, that word is self-denial or renunciation of worldly pleasure. That is the religious sense of asceticism. So in this, they were using the same some kind of an asceticism in is seen in both architecture and literature. In literature, in the minimalism, which shrinks poems to narrow columns of two word lines, registering rigorously sparse or pared down observations, or in the drama of Samuel Beckett. For example, a very good example would be Ezra Pound's poem, In a Station of the Metro. That was actually two-line poem. or Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot, it is a two-act play. So minimalism is one characteristics of uh, modernism, whereas postmodernism, they were over elaborated kind of postmodernism. One thing is that postmodernism rejects the distinction between high and popular art, which was important in modernism, and believes in excess. It disdains the modernist asceticism as elitist and chiefly mixes in the same building bits and pieces from different architectural periods. A mock George pediment here, or tongue-in-cheek classical portico. So you see the postmodern architectural pattern. They were elaborating using different kinds of one Gothic element or one other element. It's a kind of a mixture of various things together, and they were believing in the excessive use of such kinds of things. So this is the second difference between modernism and postmodernism. Whereas modernism is believing in the fierce asceticism, postmodernism believes in excess, in gaudiness, and in bad taste mixture of qualities. So this is one area where both the movements differ. I think with this we will be able to have some kind of a brief idea about both the movements. Thank you.